Ah, yes, it's working. Hey guys, I'm so excited for this live today. I have invited Josh on to talk about his business.
Are we here?
Hi, you're here. It's working. Do you know how many times I tried to do this, Josh?
How are we? All right?
I'm okay. Hold on, let me get my setup going. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm tired. I can't lie. I'm tired as hell today. I was out way longer than I wanted to be last night.
Or was you doing an investigation?
Yeah, I didn't get home till like 4:30.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Are you going to talk about it today?
Yeah. I'm chilled to talk about anything. You know me. I'm an open book.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, let me just make sure I'm solid before we start. I've got so many questions for you, by the way.
That's sick. That's
I
good because
don't
I can
know.
understand.
I don't know how you're going to feel about them. I've got some deep ones too, but I know you're really into this sort of stuff. So,
Yeah, buddy.
yeah, buddy. So just to start, thank you for joining me.
That's all right. You're welcome.
And
Turn me down today.
I just can't wait to hear about all of your stories. Like, it's just going to be a really good one. So before we even get into it, do you want to introduce yourself and just talk about the fear frequency? What is it that you do, basically?
Yeah, man. Oh, I mean, well, my name's Josh, and yeah, I run sort of like I, people call it ghost hunting, people call it paranormal investigation. I just run a YouTube channel where we go to haunted buildings or abandoned places and search for ghosts. Basically, I feel like paranormal investigations still feels a bit too formal for me, but like ghost hunting sounds too childish. So I'm like it's somewhere in between, you know. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think. For me, I will say as well, like to anybody that I still don't 100% believe, which is always a healthy mindset to have when doing it, I would say.
Really?
Um,
Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to ask about that because that's really interesting that
yeah,
you.
I mean, it had some mad shit happen, don't get me wrong, but like, I I don't think I'll be 100% until I like see. I need
Like
to
an
see like
actual
a
ghost.
fig,
Okay.
like something
Okay.
crazy. But yeah, so we run a YouTube channel. It's me, my fiance, and then a dilly daddle amount of friends who decide they're into it on the day.
I love that. So how many of there of you? So it's you, your fiance, and it could be two friends, three friends. Do you have a
It
certain
depends on the
amount?
place. It really depends on the location. Like, so for an example, the first ever video we did was somewhere called West Kennet Longbarrow. It's like an ancient tomb. It's got like five burial tombs in this big old like cave.
Oh
And
my
they
god.
found like 50 bodies in there, right? Um, so we only took three of us because it's small. You know, it's what 10 meters, 15 meters deep, and then 10 meters wide. So it was
Wow.
small. But then when we do like hotels, I'll take five of us.
Okay. So it depends
But
on the location.
yeah, predominantly it is me and Lena who sort of manage everything. So like for it, like I do it. I'm a bit like anal about it. I'm like a micromanagement boss, so I do the recording, the recording, the editing, the thumbnails, like everything is me. I do all of that, but they make the content. Like
Okay.
they're the. I'm kind of fun, but I think they're a bit more fun than me, I guess.
Oh, that's so nice to say. So
Yeah.
what actually made you want to start this business? So you say paranormal investigations is a bit too formal, but you're basically like the UK Ghostbusters. So like what
Yeah.
made you want to say, yeah, I'm gonna go and look for ghosts? Because most people wouldn't wouldn't want to even see a ghost, be around a
Yeah.
ghost, but you're like, no, I actually want to go and I want to see one. Like you're actively
Yeah.
doing it.
Well, I suppose it all starts off like when I was like younger. Um, so like when I was younger, my parents like they did like Ouija boards and stuff.
No way.
I've never done that. I've never touched it. That scares me. But they used to do that when I was younger. So I'd like sneak down on the stairs. You know, like you see the little kid through like the stair wet railings, and like you're watching them. Um, and one night they were doing it, and the kettle turned on its own and like boiled. And like then the next day, like I was old enough to get, like know sort of what was going on. So the next day I went down, and they used to like write down in like a notepad like what was said. And I read it on the notepad. It was like make a cup of tea, and then the kettle boiled. It's like crazy, right? So I that like stuck in my head. But then what happened was obviously doing the podcast that I used to do. Obviously, you were on there, so you know all about that. And I had like I think I spoke to you about this actually, like an online like reading, like medium reading sort of thing.
Yeah, you did.
And again, I was skeptical about that as well. You
Okay.
know, openly skeptical. But then there was a bit of a crazy instance with my grandma who passed away like previously, and some stuff came up about that, which was there was no way anyone would know. And
Yeah.
then basically, I was told in this reading that the podcast was crap. You're going to do
Oh my
something else,
gosh.
and it's spiritual. Um, Move on, basically. And in multiple episodes of the podcast, I said what I'd always wanted to do is ghost hunting, paranormal investigating, whatever you want to call it. And then I spoke to you about it and was like, yeah, I'm doing it. So yeah, I mean, you're a part of like how it started, really, because we
Ah, thank
conversated
you.
about it like a fair bit, you know. So it was interesting because I remember when I went to get like my first bit of equipment, I was like messaging you like, oh my god, I'm going to get this. It's amazing.
And it's lovely to see how far you've gone, because I remember you having me on your podcast and you was just
Mm,
saying, you're kind of into this sort of stuff and you want to
yeah,
do it. And then to see that you've actually like put that manifestation, right? Because we was talking about manifestation as well on that
yeah,
podcast. But
yeah,
yeah, it was a manifestation really that you had, and you've made it come into fruition. And now you actually have the fear frequency. It's a real thing. So
yeah.
you should be very proud. It's very cool.
It does lead me to it actually conflicts me more about manifestation, believe it or not, though.
Oh,
It's more
really?
because I'm like, now hear me out. This may sound like you may think, Josh, you're an idiot, but
You
anyway,
go.
it could be like I've manifested it or whatnot, or it could be that subconsciously I was told it and it's pushed me to do it more. But that is like a form of manifestation, right?
Yeah, it is,
So,
because it's a thought, it's something that you wanted anyway. Before you even spoke to the
mm,
tarot readers, you was already telling me on your podcast that this is something that you kind of want to explore, but you don't know if you're going to do it yet, you don't know how you're going to do it. And
yeah,
then sometimes you kind of just need that push. And I
hmm,
feel like you've already put that, that thought out there. That's what you wanted, that's what you kind of wanted to explore. And all you then
yeah,
needed was just to put the action behind it.
yeah, 100%. And it's cool though. Like I will say, is it's crazy how many people are into it.
Oh,
That's what
really?
I found is like it's nuts. Like the amount of people who I speak to about it, and they're like, "Oh my god, I love that stuff," and I'm like, "What? Like, are you sure? Like, you don't seem like not that they don't seem like." But everyone I meet, it's very rare I meet someone and they're like, "You're a bloody idiot." It's usually like, "Oh, I watched it,"
Really?
or "I love that," and I'm like, "Subscribe."
No, that's really cool. So do you feel like, yeah, so now do you feel like, you're meeting more people? It's kind of like, well, I'm spiritual, so I would say,
Mm,
your energy is kind of like, bouncing towards those people that are like the little bit of, the woohoo, or, the paranormal, or do you feel like now you're kind of like meeting more people that are a little bit more aligned with you?
I feel like, funnily enough, it's made me align with friends who I already know a lot more. So
Oh,
like the people on the channel, so I'll say Megan or Lou or Tay or like the people who I've had on the videos, I never knew they were into it. But now we're like the bestest of friends. We're talking about it all day, every day. Like it's crazy. So it's made me align with my already friends more. And also with my missus, which is weird.
oh, that's
um
nice.
but like yeah, so like last night for an example, I did a collaboration with someone I've never met before. We just
Cool.
met up like in the mid, like I drove 3.5 hours to meet someone I've never met before in an abandoned location and record a video.
Oh my gosh. Okay, okay.
so um and she was cool, man. Like obviously it was me and Lena, her and her partner. And yeah, she was really cool. Like we've been conversating online for like a while, but it was one of those where like you're actually like, I'm actually meeting someone through this, you know? And
Yeah.
it was cool though. It was a really good evening. And so I find myself sort of changing in a sense of like me as a person as well.
Oh
Going
wow.
like more, not even spiritual, just more like edgy in a sense. I don't know, I can't explain it.
Do you feel like it's like boosted your confidence a bit?
Yeah, no doubt. Because it's one of those things where with this specifically like ghosts and stuff, when I first started it, I was worried what people would think. I won't lie. But I
Yeah.
was like that with the podcast and everything. I was like, people are going to just be like, laugh it off or whatever. But this is a little bit more like niche. So like, I was worried about like people at work finding out and like they're going to think I'm a weirdo, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but now I'm like, anyone I speak to, I'm like, yeah, this is what I do and I love it. So I would say, yeah, 100%.
Have you had any backlash?
My dad calls me a wet wipe because I run away
Ouch.
sometimes. And then
Okay.
it's
But I mean,
because
that's
he's
quite
like,
funny when you say
yeah, like, yeah,
this is catered for us.
yeah, nah, he's a badass. So that's the thing. Like, he'll go in somewhere and like sit there and do like a Ouija board in the middle of a graveyard on his own. Whereas like, I'll run away. like, so, nah, like obviously, I get like the odd bit of banter, but I've not had any like backlash other than actually, no, I have. I had a debunker try and do like debunk one of my videos and posted a YouTube video about it. And
What?
yeah, and he's got like a hella load of subscribers. So I was like, yeah, free press, cheers. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like they were saying, I was like all this stuff, like, so some of the devices we use, they were saying that we were like faking it. So we, apparently like the REM pod, so essentially it's a pheromone. It's got an antenna. If antenna's like touched in this certain section, um, it beeps, right?
Yeah.
So it detects like changes of energy.
Hmm.
And he's like posted a video online saying I've got like a radio which I'm clicking and it's making it go off and I'm faking this, I'm doing this. And then they also like
Whatever. Oh look, can you hear that? That's my cat. Confirmation. He was full
yeah.
of bullshit. Hold on. Let me
um
just remove my cats. Bear with
yeah,
me.
nah, you're
I'm
good, you're
sorry.
good. That's
All
cool.
right. These cats are moving mental. You spoke about it, and now, all right, all right, all right. The haters. We'll call them the haters.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, sorry about that. My
But
cats
yeah,
didn't like that at all. There we
in,
go.
in, in reality the guy was a piece of shit. Like
Was
he's
he?
the thing is like their whole art, right? The debunker. So he was like he attacked like Lena personally as well, like about her accent and stuff, which like really annoyed me. Um, but their whole like vibe is like people fake stuff online to try and make money, blah blah blah, which
Right.
is fair. But you're doing the same thing by making up assumptions about people on YouTube to make money. So you're doing the exact same thing, you know. So
Yeah, he's
yeah,
a
I mean,
bully.
but I then went into his live and was like, "Yo, man, do you want to come on an investigation?" And he was a bit like, So yeah, not worried anymore.
Yeah, it just sounds like, yeah, literally boring people. And it just sounds like, he's just kind of ignorant.
Yeah, just let me have fun, right?
Yeah.
Like I do it because I enjoy it. I make zero money, nothing, like none of that. I just do it because I enjoy it. In fact, it's cost me a hell of a lot of money. Like, but
I
I
can
love it.
imagine for the equipment and stuff and travel and whatnot goes
Mm,
into it. So,
yeah,
yeah, people like that, you're always going to get haters, but that's just what he
yeah,
is. He's just a hater, really.
that's it, no doubt. But yeah, that's the only like major backlash I've had. Usually, it's just like the banter and all like, you know, childish banter from your mates, which is always just
Yeah.
light-hearted. So yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, I've never been on an investigation before. I don't know if
Hmm.
I could do it. I feel like I could. I don't know. But I've never been put in that predicament before to know if I could do it or not. But could you like
Mm.
explain like what happens in an investigation?
Yeah, so it's funny because I've like the first time I ever done it, it scared the hell out of me. I didn't know if I could do it again. I was like, I'm so scared right now. But you become like desensitized,
Okay.
which is crazy because
Okay.
you see. this is where some people who do this on YouTube, they're a bit overreactive, which is
Right.
where the debunkers come in and give it all this blah blah blah. Um, so you'll notice like in my videos, as each video goes on, I react like less and less to like major things. So like um like REM pods going off is quite like a mad thing, but it's sort of you get desensitized. It goes off, and you're like, oh, it's the REM pod going off. Whereas like at first, it's like, oh my god, like what, like you know. So how it works is it's dependent on location. So if you're doing like an abandoned building or an outdoor location or like a paid location, it's all totally different.
Okay.
Because if you hire a location, you've got the whole night. So you get like a base camp, put all your equipment there, set it all up, get it ready, walk around the building for as long as you want, like get a feeling for the place without recording.
Right.
Whereas if you do like abandoned places, you're like, oh, we want to kind of be in and out quick because we don't know who's going to come. There could also already be people here.
Yeah.
And then outdoors, it just gets too cold. So you sort of just want to get it done, you know.
Fair play.
Um, but yeah, so essentially what we'll do is we'll hit up the location, we'll get in, we won't really get anything out. We'll just walk about, scout it out, that sort of thing. And then Lena's quite in touch with her like sort of spiritual side. So
That's good.
she gets like feelings from rooms.
Okay.
So there's been places where we've gone and she's walked into a room and started crying. And I'm like, sick, we need to be in this room, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Or she's petrified or whatnot. So we don't always do every room. We'll sort of choose a few. You know, like a hotel we did, it's got like 30 rooms. I don't have like that's a long video, you know. But sometimes we'll just go into every area and some room nothing will happen. It doesn't go into the video. Um so yeah, so then what we'll do is we'll just go room by room, basically introduce ourselves, call out, try and get like physical evidence first. So like knocking, footsteps, voices, visuals, and then get the equipment out.
How do you get voices?
So it depends. Like I've heard things that like I can't really explain, like just like a
What?
deep breath. Like if
Oh,
you're stood in a room on your own and you're shouting out and you get like a, and you're like, what the hell?
what was that?
Um,
Okay.
you know, I feel like I've heard a child laughing before in like a building where there was no one there. Um,
Did that scare you? Or are you just like, I don't even care now? Like,
when you're in the investigation, you are believe it or not, 90% of the time you're so comfortable it doesn't scare you. It's so weird.
really?
So I will say the last two, I've only done two abandoned locations and it's been like the last two I've done. You're a lot more on edge, you're a lot less comfortable, so you definitely get more scared. Um, but like say we're doing a hotel or something and we've been there for hours and we feel the building. You've been there for a while, so you sort of you're feeling the energy of the building, you've already experienced a little bit. So that sort of just doesn't really affect you. You're still a bit like, what the,
Yeah.
but you're not running away. Whereas in like an abandoned location, because you also don't know what it could be in an abandoned location.
Yeah.
It could be some homeless guy who's drunk 7 bottles of
Exactly.
Newcastle Brown, or it could be a ghost. So
Yeah.
you
Like,
really don't
you don't
know.
know. So have you
Um,
ever thought about having, I know this, I might be punching here, okay, but have you thought about having like security when you go to like these abandoned places?
I'm my own security man.
Yeah, but you've got to hold the camera. Who holds the camera?
So we've got multiple. So we've got like a night vision standalone camera. We've got a GoPro. Then we've got like a £4,000 like camera. Then we've got like my cheaper like vlogging camera, which is like movement. So like that'll be when we're walking around, and the expensive ones tends to be for like intros, outros, and like the cool like mainly talking shots.
Right.
But that's also Lena's because she uses it for work. So it's like she takes care of that one because if I damage it, I'm not liable for that. I'm not getting murdered over a camera.
Yeah.
um, then I take care of everything else. But we've got it's all in a backpack and a pelly case. So I mean, my camera's big enough that if I did need to protect myself, I'd probably use the camera.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay, okay, fair play. Like, because then that kind of goes to my next question actually, because it was about the tools and equipment that you use. So you
Mm.
spoke about your cameras, but like, what else? Is there any tools that nobody would even think about?
Yeah, so like there's the problem with tools is everyone's got a way to say it's not real.
Okay.
So that's why like we try and get like the knocking, the footsteps, and so on. But what we do use is so the REM pod I mentioned before.
Hmm.
So there's a musical instrument called a theremin, and how that works is it uses an electronic frequency and it creates a sort of sphere. If anything enters that sphere, it makes a noise.
Okay.
So they've sort of put that into a device. So you turn it on, put it on the floor. It will stay in another room or 9 meters away, wherever, and then it will beep if something enters that field, right?
Hmm.
So that depends on what you believe spirits are. Are they energy? If they're energy, it will change the energy in that sphere, which is why they go off. So you've got that. You've got an EMF reader, which is just electromagnetic frequency, so it will detect shifts in that. Thermostat's really cool because obviously cold spots, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Got a music box, so that's sort of a little
How's that
box.
work? Because it's
So
just a music box, no?
well, it's a censored music box. So you put it on the floor, and it's got a sensor that shoots out 9 meters ahead. And if
Right.
anything walks or moves in front of it, it plays like a creepy ass tune.
Oh my God. You guys are really
Um,
into this. This is creepy already. I'm feeling a bit spooked.
and then you've got flashlights. So, like twist on, twist off, like torches. You
Yeah.
twist the head. So, how they work is when you twist the head, there is a battery that connects inside. So, as you're twisting, this is the battery connecting to the light. So, you twist
Okay.
it and it goes on and off. Um, so, what you do is you get it so it's about this far away, or like a little bit away, and then you pop it down, and then any electro field or anything like any electric force or energy that goes into it should connect the two and it will turn on. So we can have two torches and then you can say this one for yes, this one for no, and you can have a full on conversation. So I've done that, which
Whoa.
has
Okay.
worked.
Wow.
Um, Cat balls, like
Cat.
light up cat
What?
toys.
What? Can you explain? Like,
So
what can
like
you
a
do
light
with
up.
that?
So a cat ball, right? It lights up.
Mhm.
Yeah, you put it on the floor. When it's
Yeah.
touched, it lights up.
Yeah. So you just see if anything basically happens to it.
Put it on the floor and wait for it to light up. If something touches it, it lights up, right?
And has it? Has that happened?
Yeah, yeah. I've had a football. Like we took like a kid's ball
I saw that
and put it
one.
on the floor and and that is just a kid's toy.
How are you
Like
so chill about this? I don't understand. You're just so chill. You're just like, yeah, they just go off. It just flashes. Like, yeah. Like, what?
I think for me,
What are
just
you saying?
it's like I said, I think I need to see like a shadow figure or like a full blown apparition for me to be like, wow.
Okay.
But it's all happened so much. Like the first time it happened, I wouldn't stop talking about it for a week. I was like, the music box went off. Oh my lord, the music box went off. Like this is crazy. And then it happened again and again and again, and I'm just like, yeah, it's chill. Like, but I'm quite chilled in nature,
Yeah, you're
so
very
I'm
chill.
quite
Like I'd be
relaxed.
like, what the fuck is going on? Like this is crazy. And I'm a full
Well,
tarot reader. But I'd still be like, yeah, this is wild.
so we've added that as well, actually, tarot.
Ah, so
Um,
how are you doing that?
so basically, at the start of the investigation, I'm ignorant as hell to tarot. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to do it. All I do is I get a deck of cards, I spread them out, and each person I say, look, just run your hand along the card, whatever one you feel drawn to, pick it up, and we'll do start, middle, end, and we'll try and say this is gonna be. We'll see if it lines up. So the start will be whatever it gets, middle and end, and we'll see if it lines up with the investigation as we're going through.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of cool.
And has it?
Yeah, a lot of the time, funnily enough, we've actually found that mostly it lines up with the person picking it. Um, so I've actually only picked it like once. I'm usually holding the camera, so but with a guy who comes with us called Lou, like every tarot card he picked, I'm like, that is just explaining you to a T. And I'm like, what? This is crazy.
Oh, we got the death card.
Yeah. So I use ChatGPT though to find out what it all means. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm like, right, what does this card mean? It does have it written on, but it's only like two sentences, and I'm like, I need a little bit more. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's like
put it on ChatGPT.
transformation. So going through a change, a massive change, but then also can mean death as well. That's the
Yeah.
darker side of it.
And that was funny because that one was the first investigation he'd been on, and he wasn't a believer, and he left that night believing. So
Yeah, 'cause
that
that's
was the
like spiritual
transformation.
transformation as well.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly that. So, and that's another cool thing is I make people who don't believe in the paranormal believe in the paranormal.
So you're like a believer. Like you make people believe.
Yeah, yeah. Although, like I said, I'm not 100% myself.
But how? This is what I'm not understanding. How are you not 100% yourself, but then you can literally sit here and say, Aish, I have witnessed the paranormal. So how?
Um,
So do you feel like it's just what? Just not real?
it's just normal to me now, I guess. Like, I'm like, my job is to find out how it couldn't be real. That's what I feel. So my job isn't to record these things and say there's a ghost there. It's to record it and say, is that a ghost or not?
Okay,
So
I get you.
be- because that's the way my mind works, I'm like, I need to see something. But there's a video coming out Saturday, which pushed me to the edge.
Oh, really? I
Like
need to
I
see this.
we
Okay.
I ran out of the building and didn't return.
So you do believe in it then? Because why are you running?
Yeah, I believe, but it's like I said, it's a percentage game for me. I just need that extra like 5% to be like, well, then I could go to somebody and be like, if you don't believe in ghosts, you're an idiot.
Okay,
Like now, I'm like, I believe, and if they say I don't, I'm like, oh, that's fair.
that's fair. So do you
I'm just
believe in your
close.
tools? What about your
Yeah,
what about your tools?
I believe in them. Yeah, 100%. Like there's ways that you just need to be careful using them. So like, for an example, the EMF meter, you have to make sure it's not near anything electrical because it detects electromagnetic field energy. So if it's near like a power socket,
Yeah.
it will give you a false positive.
Okay.
The same with the REM pods. And then the music box. I mean, what's cool is I have tools that have only gone off once or twice. So I actually enjoy having nights when nothing happens because then that proves that the tools are real.
Yeah,
So
that makes
we
sense.
we we had a night where the REM pod literally did not stop going off like at all. It was just constant all night, bang, 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 and then went somewhere last night and the night before where it didn't go off at all. Like, and we were there for the 6 hours. You know,
Yeah. So
so that
I mean, I believe in your tools. I've seen your videos. And I believe,
yeah.
like, I 100% believe in what you do. I believe that you're definitely, like, speaking. There was a video, right? And you're, like, blindfolded. I'm not even going off my questions right now because I just need to know the answer. You're blindfolded and you're, like, on the floor. And I'm like, what is going on? Can you explain why you're blindfolded in some of those
Yeah.
videos?
I forgot about that. So there's a tool that we use called a spirit box. Essentially it cycles through radio stations, and we you basically say put your energy into this and try and communicate with us. And the belief is that when it pauses on a radio station, it should be the communication. So a bit like Bumblebee in the Transformers. You know, he uses a car stereo to talk,
Yeah.
right? Um, So the idea of that is we have noise cancelling headphones on connected to this spirit box, which cycles the radio stations. So we can't hear the questions we're being asked. And then I'm wearing a blindfold, so I can't lip read. So at this point, I'm listening to a radio going, and then something will come out. I can't hear or see. And then there's people asking questions, and then I come out with the answer.
Wild. And what do you think about this tool? I want to know your opinion. Do you like it? Do you feel like it's real?
I love it.
Do you?
I love doing it. it's a weird state. It's like a meditative state.
Oh wow.
It's so weird. A lot of people can't do it. So Lena like struggles. She can't do it. Um, but it puts you in like a meditative state. Yeah. So it's a bit like a it just lowers all of your other senses. You know, all of your other senses are lowered. I feel kind of calm and relaxed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Um, until you hear your name come out of it, and you're like, how can that be real? You know,
I want to
how can
do
that be
it.
real?
That one,
Or
I'm intrigued. I'll do that one. That's the only one. I'm like, yeah, I'm down for that. That sounds pretty cool.
yeah, it's
Um,
cool. Like I will say with that as well is with all of my tools, I bought them all before my first investigation. So
um,
the first one we ever did, I was skeptical, but I was like, I spent the money, so here we go, we're doing it, right?
mm,
And I went there, and again, the REM pod, we put it down, it didn't go off all night.
okay.
Now, where we went, there was believed to have been like a shadow figure, and I then did my first ever Estes method. It's called the Estes method, that with the blindfolds.
Hmm.
Um, and I was stood there blindfolded, noise cancelling headphones, and Lena was in front of me asking these questions, and she had the REM pod behind her, and
Right.
she says, "Is the shadow man here?" And I respond saying, "I'm behind you," and the REM pod, which is 5 meters behind her, just instantly goes beep 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 beep.
That's creepy, Josh. That's
And
creepy.
that was my first step into like full belief. Like after that, I was hooked, and it's obsessive. It's like getting tattoos. You get one, it hurts, it's scary, it's painful, and then you leave and you're like, I want to do it again.
So, what would you say to somebody that doesn't believe in all this stuff?
Come along with me,
Straight.
like
Yeah,
genuinely. Like
straight.
I don't get me wrong. There's been places where we've gone and we don't get a lot, and that would maybe be hard for someone to believe. I will say that,
Yeah.
but when you're when you're in an abandoned dementia care home that's closed down in 2017 and you're walking up a corridor and you hear a door slam and there's no one else in the building, explain it, you
It's
know.
a bit spooky. It's a bit spooky. So, what would you say is your most intense experience then, out of the ones you've done so far?
So the ancient Ram Inn is supposedly one of the most haunted buildings in the country. Now what I will say is with this, why it's so expensive is a lot of the locations are paid.
Okay.
So it's like £300 a night to book it out.
Wow. Okay.
We went there. I expected a lot and didn't get as much as I thought, I'll be honest. But the feeling you get was mad. Like just the emotional and energetic feeling of leaving there feeling like you've been awake for 4 days and you're just battered, you
Wow.
know? So that was kind of weird. Um we did something called the Antrobus Hotel, where every bit of equipment went off at the same time in the kitchen. Like the music box, it was the first time it ever went off. Like everything was going off. And I was like, what the hell?
Hmm.
Um, but the video coming out on Saturday is the most scared I've been.
I can't
Like
wait to watch
genuinely.
this one.
Like when I was staring down a corridor, and because it's abandoned, all the windows are smashed and everything. It was a shithole. Like it was battered, like spray paint all over the walls, like you know.
Yeah.
Um, but I was stood looking down a corridor, and you know when someone walks over glass, you hear like
Hmm.
I just heard that in front of me, and there was no one there, and I was
So,
gone.
was that a
And then
mouse?
nah, I got lights down there, man. I got lights, and the mouse wouldn't make like a mouse is a scurry. It's like
Yeah.
a footstep is a
A rat. No, I
um,
believe you 100%. I believe you.
and then the door slamming was mad. So also we use another bit of equipment I'll say called the Spirit Talker, which is probably the most contested
What's that?
thing in the paranormal community. It is the most contested device in the paranormal community because it's an app on your phone.
Okay.
Now, I will say most of the time we use it for entertainment purposes, in a sense. Because if you're sat in a building for 8 hours and you're talking to the walls, it's pretty boring, right?
Yeah.
So what the Spirit Talker app does is it very much like the Spirit Box, it energy gets put in and it just shoots out words. Okay, so um always my advice to anyone who does this is on the way to an investigation, if you're in the car and your phone is with you, don't talk about the investigation because the only person who can really debunk you is yourself. So if I'm
Mm.
driving to an investigation and I'm saying the name Danny for 3 hours,
Yeah.
we all know our phones listen to us, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So then you turn on the Spirit Talker, you put your phone on aeroplane mode, and then it says Danny. You're a little bit like, I've been, you know. So with the Spirit Talker, so like I say, supposedly it takes energy and it puts out the words that it's given via the energy.
Okay.
iPhones have a lot of, they have so much like gyroscopes and things in them that it is possible.
Hmm.
Um, but when you're when you're there and you get a name and you've not said that name, but it's spray painted on the wall next to you, it's
That's tricky.
freaky, right? So that happened to us twice. And I had my nan's name come out on 3 investigations. I don't speak about my nan online too much. Well, in fact, I don't because the only time I've really ever been online in an opportunity to speak about my nan is doing the podcast where I would have been talking to you or anyone doing like a tarot reading or a
Yeah.
mediumship with me. So I kept it all offline until I finished my podcast, right? Because I was like,
Hmm.
if I'm talking to a medium and they say my nan's name, I'm like, well, it's on Facebook, you know?
Yeah.
So, but her name's Glenys and it's spelled Glenys. Quite weird. Weird name,
Yeah.
not common.
Different.
That came up 3 times. I don't talk about my dead nan on the way to an investigation, by the way. Weird. um,
Okay.
and then after that, it was telling me about cigarettes, and she was a heavy smoker, and her chest hurt. She died via her chest. It was mental. So I do believe the app, but just to save myself stick, I say it's used for entertainment purposes.
Okay.
So
I feel
of that.
like you're like a believer. You're strong believer, but then you're also. I feel like you're very logical as well at the same time. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
a tech guy. I work in tech. I have to be
There you go.
logical. So.
Yeah. So how do you like, even though, you're still kind of like, I want to see something, but at the same time, you obviously believe in energy, right?
Mm,
So how do you protect yourself like before an investigation and
mhm,
after an investigation? Especially because you just mentioned they spoke, they obviously connected to your nan. So it's
mhm.
like, who is connecting to your nan? You know?
Right.
And how do you not bring that energy back home with you?
Yeah, so that's something I worried about for a long time. It's not happened yet. Touch wood. Um,
Yeah, crystals. Woo! I'm here for the
yeah.
crystals.
So we've got crystals. So Lena's heavy into her crystals. I try not to take them on site though because it can. Um, we found the one time we did take it,
Mm,
we didn't really get a lot.
okay.
So maybe it was too overbearing. Sage, I've always got sage, but I only use that dependent on the location. So like the ancient ramen, because it's believed to be demonic, I used it before and after.
Good.
I
Good.
regret I regret using it before though, I'm not gonna lie, because I believe that's why we had a pretty poor night there.
Yeah.
So these are the things we've learned, but we always, I always introduce myself. Hi, I'm Josh. I mean, harm. I mean, disrespect. I'm just here to try and, learn your story and so on and so on. And then it's a bit like a prayer when you leave, thank you for your time. You have no power over me. You cannot attach to me, so on and so on. So, and I think your power of your own belief is very strong.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if I believe that I've got the power over them, I
You
have,
do. You do.
you
Hundred
know.
percent. 100%.
And also, when do people get possessed? The reality is like,
You'd be surprised.
yeah, but
Well, I
like
don't know.
not YouTube ghost hunters, I've never seen it happen that I know of.
That you
Um,
know of.
yeah,
Yes. I mean, but maybe not even just possessed. Like, them now that ghost is in your house,
yeah, I
moving
move
things
quite
around.
often. I've moved like 5 times since I last spoke to you, so I'm not too worried about being
Have
in
you
my house.
actually? No way. Okay.
And unless it can afford a flight to America, it ain't following me.
You moved to America? You
I
didn't
am
make it.
going to. I am in August.
Oh my gosh. So you're going to move this then, you're going to continue, right, with the fear frequency,
Hmm.
but you're just going to
Yeah,
move it to America.
yeah. So America has amazing locations as well, so it's actually really beneficial. We're
Yeah.
moving right near the Appalachian Mountains, which is
Okay.
spooky as shit. And also right near the Bell Witch Cave, which is like one of the like craziest places people investigate. So yeah, it's exciting.
It's gonna be pretty intense. Pretty intense. But I feel like you're ready. I feel like the UK's just kind of been your playground getting started. And I feel like America's gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna see some serious, serious videos once you go over there.
I think they've just got a bigger population. You get more traction, and the thing is like I don't do it to make money. I enjoy it, but it would really help with the locations. Like
Then the
it really
cost,
would.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's expensive. It's not cheap. But also hopefully I'll meet like-minded people over there. You know.
Yeah, they're way more open over there than the UK is.
Hmm. Hell yeah. And yeah, I just think I don't know. I don't know if I've spoken to you about this before. I think I may have, but like when you just got a feeling like what I've always felt I should live in America, and I'm doing it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like you're making it happen. Like you wanted to have this show and it's happening. You want to move to
Mm.
America and it's happening. And you still say you don't really believe in manifestation. What is going on, Josh? What is going on?
Do you know what it's the explanation of it. Like I think obviously I've spoken to yourself and some other people who explained it perfectly to me. Like manifestation isn't what people think. It's not here's a wall board, I'm going to get a house, and then you magically get that house.
Yeah,
It's
no.
more subconsciously helping you work towards said thing. Um, but lots of people get stuck on the social media version of manifestation where they see people with their wall boards and just saying 100 times a day, I'm going to get this, and they're not acting on it. You
Yeah.
have to act. Um, So I think speaking to you about manifestation, I would say I manifested it. But speaking to like the layman or the normal person who's not really into it or has just seen it on TikTok, I would say no, I haven't
Mm.
because their version of it is different to mine.
Right. Okay.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't believe in the whole you can just say something or just like, recite something 100 times and it's gonna
Mm.
happen. I do feel like you can do that. Yeah, it plays a big part. But then I also feel like you do have to put the work in. You can't just like do nothing.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
like, people actually think you can create a wallboard and it's going to happen without putting the work in, and that's crazy. Like
Like
that's
life,
crazy.
it doesn't really work that way. Um, but I mean, I feel like you've definitely manifested, you know, this show,
Yeah,
America. But you've put the work in. And I don't want people to feel like, oh, if you're manifesting, then you're not doing the work. It's like absolutely not. Manifestation is basically just having a dream.
I work hella hard on this shit. Trust, like editing a video can take me anything from like 6 to 20 hours.
Blimey.
Like, so you think I go on like, say I go on a Friday night, I'll go somewhere from like, I try and go when it's dark because it's just a bit more spooky, and I feel like more happens in the dark. Um, but we'll say we start like 8:30. We won't leave there till like 3, and then drive home, and then for the rest of the week. As soon as my son's in bed, I'm in my like studio games room editing, editing, editing. Like that's my life.
There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes.
You think planning, so like finding abandoned places is super hard
Mm.
because people like urban explorers, they don't really give the location away because they don't want them to be trashed.
Okay.
Because they see them as like time capsules. You can go to this
Mm.
house which someone's left 50 years ago and it's immaculate. And it's like, I don't want someone to go in there and smash it up, you know?
Yeah, ruin it.
So they don't share locations. And then you've got like paid locations or like I just emailed like, I did a Google, is there anywhere haunted in Wiltshire where I live? And everywhere that came up, I just emailed them. I was like, yeah, I've got this YouTube channel. I'd like to that. And like 10 places got back to me. And that's the
That's
start.
good. That's a big start.
and I'm now running out though. So America can't come soon enough, honestly.
I just feel like you have just taken this and you've ran with it, and I feel like you should be so proud of yourself. I remember like seeing like your first Instagram when you was like, everyone follow this. And I was thinking, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, she's actually doing it. Like she's actually doing this. Like this is wild and I love it. Because I just feel like there just needs to be more people that kind of just, you don't always have to be put in a box. And I feel like you're also teaching that to people as well, that, you can, follow your dreams. Or if you just have a feeling you want to do something, just do it. Be brave and do it. And who cares what people think, really?
100%. Like I'm very much see me walking down the street wearing my Nike Air Force Ones fully tattooed and whatever. People look at me and think not what I am. Like, so that's just be the person you are, right? Like um I watch Dragon Ball Z and I hunt ghosts. like like deal with
That
it.
is so funny. So, have you told people at work what you do or not?
The people I work for quite a big company, so there's like hundreds of us. So I don't actually know 98% of the people I work with, I'm not gonna lie. And the people I'm close to, yeah. And other people, like, when you start somewhere and like people follow you on Instagram or whatever, so they've seen it, they
They're like,
mention
what?
it. Yeah.
He finds ghosts? Like, what is
Yeah.
going on?
But
Brilliant.
I, I meet customers all the time and like, I try and get a slight plug in there. So I'm like, they're like, oh, what were you doing on the weekend? I was like, oh, I was up really late. Oh, what were you doing? Wow, did you know? And then sometimes they subscribe. So.
That's really cool. That is so cool. So what if someone said to you, oh, I think my house is haunted. Would
I've,
you
so
go to the
someone did
house?
actually, yeah, I would. Someone did already ask me this. They sort of, we had conversation, but it fizzled out. And I think it was more along the lines of like, I wanted to really prove it. And I don't know if it was someone just like, oh, this would be cool. It's not
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Maybe they were like trying to have us on or whatnot. So didn't really come to fruition, but like 100%. Like if someone,
Really?
I don't care whether it's a house, a car, a bus, a field. Like I do
Yeah.
outside. I would go to a forest. So yeah, anywhere.
Fair play. Sorry. Interruptions.
That's all right.
That's so interesting though, because I feel like you're gonna get, a lot more people that are gonna want you to maybe come to their homes, and so you can actually find ghosts and things like that. So I feel like that's definitely gonna open up even more so.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that for the first time because I think that would be really interesting to go somewhere where you can't research the history, like, and maybe, maybe have it line up. So, like, last night I went to an abandoned location when I met this girl who does it, and I didn't actually do any research. And she said, like, did you know anything? I was like, no. So then what we did is straight away I just went into the Estes method myself, and she
Okay.
asked the questions, and then I gave the responses. And the responses I gave seem to have lined up with the previous two times she's been there, but I've never been there.
Wow.
It's kind of cool in that
That
sense.
is really cool. That is so cool. And also, I just saw a comment, I think from Lena, and she just said about, you being on private land and they can shoot you.
Yeah, in America, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
abandoned isn't is it? You see a lot of American channels say they do abandoned. They don't. They rent it out and then play it off as abandoned because it looks better for the video. But yeah, but
Yeah.
people are more open to it. People are more open to it over there. So hopefully,
I think they are. They're way more open over there. And you've got way more locations out there. Like, I mean,
exactly.
America's huge. So, yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like it's a great
Every,
opportunity.
everywhere's had a witch. Everywhere's had has got a major forest, or everywhere's got something in America. Like the Appalachian Mountains, for an example. There's cabins in there which it's crazy. Like there's you could probably get a year's worth of videos out of just the Appalachian Mountains.
100%. God bless
So
America. I like that comment.
but we also do places twice. You can go to a place more than once. because you've been there once for a few hours and found out a little bit, what means that the next time you go, you're not going to find out something else, you know?
Yeah, yeah, a hundred
So,
percent, a hundred
like,
percent.
I'm going to a hotel for the third time on Friday.
Ah.
Like, because it was cool, it was amazing. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go again and again and again. But I take different people each time.
See, that's fun because you know I was thinking that as well. I was thinking, would you go to another place even though you've been there before? But then, like you said, if you've got different people coming each time, it is going to
Hmm.
be a different experience. They're going to pick up different things, and it's not going to be the same as it was the first time.
Exactly that. And, you know, I think it's like a theme park, right? You know you're going to go there and ride the roller coaster. If you find somewhere where every time you go there, you know something's going to happen, why wouldn't you explore it? Like,
Yeah,
so many people don't even know this happens. Do not let it slip away. Take advantage of it. You know?
for real. I feel like, you know, like we're very blessed to have you and your team because, you know, a lot of people are scared. They're still so scared, you know. So it's
Mm.
like we do need people like you out there that's going to go to these places, look them up and show us that actually there are some spooky things going on and it's not always in the movies that you see on TV.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I'm going to like somewhere where like a film's been based on as well, which is kind of cool.
Are you?
So it'll be interesting to see if it lines up with the movie, you know?
Oh, I can't wait to watch this one.
So there's little things like that which are really cool. But I will say the paranormal community is pretty meant like it's very divided. Like some
Really?
people are
How?
like, people shouldn't be doing it because we're doing it. And like, or it'll be like, if you go somewhere and get something better than them, they like hate on you. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't think it would be like that, but I mean, I guess it's
yeah.
like a little bit competitive. Like, no, I'm the better ghost hunter.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. The problem is British, like, other than the few I've like spoken to, obviously my research is watching YouTube videos. So most of the time, obviously, I'm always going to somewhere British, and 80% of the time, it's a British team who have done it.
Right.
Problem is with Brits, we're really boring. Like
Yeah.
we're very monotone and boring. So if you watch like a USA ghost hunting channel and a British ghost hunting channel, the
It's different.
British ghost hunting channel is someone sat in a dark room going, "Hello, is anybody here? Can you
Is
knock on
anyone
the
there?
wall?" Whereas like an American channel is way more upbeat. They use more of the devices, and so I try and be a bit of the in between,
Yeah, it's a good
sort of.
place to be. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
We can be like
Otherwise, it's
that. We're
boring.
quite boring.
Yeah, it has to be fun to make a YouTube video.
Yeah, and people want to
So,
watch it, so it needs to be entertaining.
100%.
Okay. I know that we are literally nearly gone past an hour, but I just got like one more question for you.
Hmm.
And then you can talk about whatever what's coming next, you know, where people can find you as well. But you know, you've seen some spooky things, right? And you've
Hmm.
experienced some things that you haven't necessarily experienced before you started the fear frequency. Do you
Yeah.
feel like sometimes any of the stuff that you've experienced can affect your mental health?
For me, no. Personally, not me. Um, Lena, 100%. Like my partner, but like I say, she's more spiritual.
Yeah, she's
She's
more
way more
open. So
spiritual. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, like don't get me wrong. Like the first night we did it, I got home and like like typical like pipe noises. I was
yeah,
waking up like, oh my, it's followed us home. Like, like
yeah, like a little
but
bit paranoid.
yeah.
Yeah,
What I will say though is like it. I definitely have way more respect for history and buildings now.
I love that.
So like with work, I go to a lot, like I go somewhere different every day. And if I walk in a building and it's old, I have a lot more respect for the building or the history of places. And um, I guess I respect, I think a lot of things happened at the same time. So like passing of family members, starting ghost hunting and so on and so on. So like, I think my respect for like death as well, like my understanding of it, should I say, is
Yeah,
definitely like way higher than before. But I wouldn't say it's affected me like in a bad way at all.
like it's just made you more open and more respectful.
Yeah, and way less scared in situations. Like I'm way less fearful now of like anything in that sense.
Yeah, like especially like now, I guess when you're invited to like funerals and things, or you have to go to a funeral and stuff, you must be like
Mm.
in the cemetery, like you know, other people they get spooked by the cemetery, but you must be like, yeah,
Yeah, I've just it's really hard though in that aspect because if I was like I wouldn't be open about that with anyone because imagine you're at a funeral and someone's like, oh yeah, you know, my whoever's died, and I'm like, I'm a ghost hunter. They're gonna be like, that's disrespectful in a sense. Like,
yeah, but it's also promo. It's like
yeah,
I go to everyone's funeral, like give your card out. By the way, I'm a ghost hunter in the UK.
yeah.
Dark humor, dark humor.
But nah, it's true. Like, you know, I see people doing like videos in graveyards and stuff, and that's one thing I just wouldn't do. I wouldn't do Ouija boards, or I wouldn't do a video in a graveyard. Because imagine going on YouTube and watching my video, and I'm in front of a grave talking to somebody, and everything is incorrect, and you're like, "That's my nan," and her name is not, you know, Dorothy, and she didn't have brown hair. Or, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like I'd feel really, really offended if you went over to my grandparents' grave and just started doing the most.
yeah,
Like, how
but
dare you? Like, stop, you know, messing with
it's a
like my
great,
grandparents. Yeah,
yeah. It's a crazy TikTok phase at the moment, so I'm hoping it disappears, but you never know.
hopefully
It's
it does, because yeah, it's kind of like disrespectful to the dead, right? And their families
yeah,
as well. So yeah.
100%. I mean, you're forcing communication if you go into their burial ground. You know, you're
Yeah.
forcing something that they're not open to, like possibly. I will say as well, actually, something that we haven't spoken about, which is actually really interesting, is locations differ on energy. So like
Mm.
I've been to locations where you get nothing, so you have to just be an asshole to them. Like you're not scary, you've
What?
got no power, blah
Wait,
blah 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 blah.
to the
Right?
ghosts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I'm
kind of
like,
like, fuck you, you're
yeah,
shit, you're not even real.
yeah, yeah.
What?
But then other places you do that and you get nothing. You have to be super respectful, or you have to try and play games because we've had it where it's a child, so we have the REM pod on the table and it won't go off. We put it on the floor and then it goes off. Like you each
Like
place is
mind
so
games.
different. Yeah, each place is so different and the energy is so different and you have to react to the correct energy for the location.
Oh my gosh, I feel like you're way more intuitive now. Like you have to be.
Yeah, but it's I'm I'm learning it like it's a like a role. I'm learning it as if it's stats. I'm looking at it like I have a graph and these are the things to do and this is how you do it. It's not like I don't feel like I'm feeling it. I'm just learning it,
Okay.
you know?
Okay. That
But
is so interesting because, okay, so you go into a location, let's say it's like that child, like
mhm.
before, it's like, how, at what point would you get that feeling of, okay, I need to be horrible to this ghost so it communicates with me, or I need to play a little game, or like, how do you know how to react in that situation? Because I wouldn't know what to do.
Trial and error. It's really trial and error. So, like, you know, the ancient Ramin, for an example, we were actually told that you've got to be a bit arsy to them. So I was very much like laying in their bed and saying, come on, come at me, you know, that sort of thing. Whereas, you know, you go, but the crazy thing about that is we actually had a great conversation with a child spirit, which is mad. Um, but said they were a child spirit. It's known to be quite demonic there, so you
Oh
never
my
know.
God.
Um,
That's that is creepy.
but you know, there's places where if we believe it's a child, you'll know from like the responses you get via the equipment. So using the spirit talk or the spirit box or whatnot, you'll know you know how a child talks compared to an adult.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you can also tell by the way you get the information whether you certain words people use, you know if they're a bit snobby or not, you know.
Yeah.
So it's working it out. But a lot of it is, you know, if we've been there for 2 hours and nothing's happened, try a different approach. Because I always say the first hour is like, don't expect anything anyway,
Okay.
because they need to know you need to get the energy, you need to feel the building and so on. So I always think like the first hour is like, if you get something cool, but after 3 hours is when it usually starts.
Wow.
So it's a long time.
Do you feel like these? I know we're going over time, but
That's
I'm just
fine.
so involved in this. Like, do you feel like these ghosts are stuck?
I think they're all different. I think there's a few ways to look at it. I think I genuinely believe some of it is actually the building as opposed to a ghost. So I think
Yeah.
you know, you look at a wooden, like a pure oak wooden table, right?
Mm.
That tree was alive.
Yeah.
Then it's been cut down and put into a building, and that can hold energy. So whatever's happened in that building, it might be the building's giving off the energy. Then you've also got like residual hauntings, which is effectively like a replaying of history. So maybe it's how they died, or a really cool part of their life, or a part of their life that was tragic or really happy, and it's just replaying. So we've had it where a bit of equipment will go off like every X amount of time, and you're like, that seems all too familiar, and you're getting the same words. Is that a residual? Maybe. Um, you know, do I wouldn't say I believe in like the devil, but I do believe in like things being conjured.
Okay.
Um, so like there are like ancient historic um like experiences where people will, if you think about something enough, it becomes real, like a tulpa or things like
Mm.
that. So there's those, and then you've got darker entities, like I say. So it could be anything from somebody who died being a murderer and they're
Yeah.
just a trickster spirit, or it could be something that was conjured, and then you just get like a nice old Larry who died in his armchair and is just walking about and will say hello. You don't.
You don't know what you're gonna
We
get.
will never know. I will never know, but that's what I believe.
Okay. So
So it's
like
it's
those darker
crazy.
energies, how does that feel?
I would say we've probably only come across, like, again, in my opinion, we can't prove any of this. So in my opinion, I feel like we've probably come across two or three. Um, quite honestly, nothing that bad.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever come across anything crazy dark. I want to.
Yeah.
I just think it'd make a great video.
Josh, you are
Like,
crazy. Okay.
if anyone's gonna throw something at me or push me, it's gonna be a dark entity, right? It's not gonna be like a
Yeah,
normal
but you don't want to get
shadow.
like what if they hurt you or something?
Bumps and bruises heal, right? Like,
Hey, I'm Joshua
but
about this life.
a YouTube video will be there forever. A bruised arm will heal.
Fair play, fair play. I mean, you're committed.
100%. Yeah, like no doubt. Like if you said to me now, like it's chucking down with rain and I need you to stand in the middle of a motorway, but I
Mm.
promise you you'll get sight of a demon or capture on camera,
A
I'd be there
demon.
now. And I would stand in front of the cars, like I would,
I love
because I
that
want
shit.
it so bad. I want it so
Yeah.
bad.
You know what? Like, I respect it 100%. Like, you have no idea. I respect it. Like, there just needs to be more people like you that are just willing to just, you know, explore. We're here to explore. We're
Yeah,
here to learn. And as long as you're protecting yourself, your team's protected, you're not being disrespectful, you're not hurting anyone, you're not hurting your team, then what is the problem?
exactly. Fuck it, right? Like if anyone says like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Right?
Yeah, fuck it.
Like
I mean, why not? If you ever
it's
need a
true.
tarot reading before a session, just ring me
I
up,
know we
and I've
need
got
to sort
you.
that out. I really want to try and find a location local to you because I just think you should just come along.
Honestly, I think I'll be scared at first, but after a while I'll be like, I've got this. Because obviously
Yeah,
I do spiritual work, so I'm so open. So I feel like
yeah,
that's the bit where I'm like, I know instantly I'm going to pick something up, but then it's
yeah.
kind of
That's
having
cool
that
though.
shield.
But do you can you imagine if I was like in a building, right, and the spirit talker said something and you felt it at the same time? Let's say we said to you, any feelings you get, write them down. Don't tell me. And you were writing something down, and then the spirit talker said, "Boom," and you just written it down. You'd be like, "What the fuck?"
And I'll be like, that's so cool, man. Let's do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
no, that's so
So
cool. But
that would
no,
be
super
intense.
cool. I would love to like test myself as well. Like you said, like write things down, like things like that, and let's see what happens. But yeah, whenever you're still in the UK, because obviously you're going to America soon, I'll
Yeah, I
definitely
know.
jump on one of yours investigations. That's pretty cool.
Well, if you can find somewhere near you within the next 3 months,
Okay, I
do
got
it.
3 months.
Yeah, pretty much 3, 4 months.
Okay.
Or we can break into that house you mentioned.
Yeah, that
Mm.
house was creepy. Oh, we've got a comment saying that you haven't used the pendulum yet. That'll be good.
Yeah, yeah. So
That'll be
Lena
interesting.
will. Like, Lena does her pendulum. Like, I'm quite skeptical. I'm not gonna lie.
You're skeptical of everything.
No, it's because she knows me. She knows everything about me. She knows me inside and out. So if she's saying, "Oh, I'm going to get like doing this or doing that," I'm like, "Yeah, but I want that." So stop. Um, yeah, I'm skeptical about a lot. I am genuinely. But again, if it did something that proved it, that's why I mentioned about like say if you came and you were writing stuff down because it's undeniable, it's
Yeah,
irrefutable evidence, right?
yeah.
Um. So yeah, nah, it's sick.
Amazing. I think it's actually good that you are skeptical because then it means that when you do see things, right? I know for a fact, and when you're scared and you're running away, I know for a fact there is something there because you're
Yeah.
skeptical as it is. So you're already
Mm.
going in there like, don't really know if I'm going to see anything. You need to prove it to me. Like, so if you're scared and you're running out of a building, I
That
mean,
shit's
come
real,
on,
y'all.
something's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, 100%.
So thank you for so much that you've given. Like it's been absolutely amazing catching up with you. Where can people find you? What's going on next? And your socials, things like that. That's fine.
Um, Basically just type in the fear frequency UK anywhere and it should come up. Like generally, like there's a YouTube channel which is similar to ours, but we're bigger now, so we come up first, so it's great. Like we just win that battle. Yeah, what's coming up? We're just like I think I do feel like the locations we've because it's getting warmer. We're doing like a lot like a forests. We're
Nice.
hoping to go to Pendle Hill at the witch trials.
Yeah, that's
So
gonna
we're
be good.
trying to get like I'm trying to get darker in it.
Are you okay?
I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna do Ouija boards or shit like that, but I want to go to like darker places where like darker reports are.
Okay.
So hopefully it gets scarier. And yeah, I'm just trying to up the schedule as well because it's been every 2 weeks for the longest time, and I just want to do more. So solo investigations are now a thing where I go on my own. I've done the
Wow.
first one. That was horrendous and also another scary situation actually. Um, and then yeah, I ran out of that one too. But that is already live, so yeah, you can head to the YouTube, check all that out. If you do, just like, comment, subscribe, mainly because well, I hope you like it, but if not, it's the algorithm, so it's all about the algorithm.
Yeah.
um but yeah, I'm just trying to pump out more investigations, like 3 a month. That's what my aim is, 3 a month, whether it's solo in a forest, in a abandoned, or in a paid location, wherever.
Yeah.
The aim is 3 per month,
Okay.
and yeah, that's it.
I love
That's
that.
me. That's me.
And if somebody had a location, they know locations in their local area or whatever,
hmm
and they wanted to, see you and your team go there, how would they contact you?
Instagram is small enough still, and Instagram doesn't grow from YouTube too much. So just DM me on
Okay.
Instagram. I check all of the requests, although some of them are like
Weird.
spam bots and so on. But yeah, DM on Instagram. There is an email address, but honestly, I don't actually remember it because I never use it.
Fair
It's
play.
like it's
Instagram. Get him at
exactly.
Instagram.
We
Thank you
also
again.
we
Oh, go
also
on.
go live on TikTok. On most of our investigations, we do a live TikTok as well. So we'll put a
Do
camera in the
you?
corner. Yeah, so we'll just leave it in the corner as far away from the equipment as possible and just leave it rolling live. We don't really talk to it because I'm making a YouTube video, but we
Hmm.
try and do like the first 30 minutes just for TikTok and
Okay.
then go into the video. So yeah, that's cool.
That is very cool. I didn't know that you
Mm.
did a TikTok live. Very cool. I'll
Yeah,
check that
buddy.
out. Thank you so much. That was
You're
great.
very welcome.
For anyone that didn't get to watch, I will repost this so you people can watch it again. And yeah, that was lovely. Like, I can't wait to join you on an investigation now. I'm sold.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that 100%. It's always as well. I will say it's just nice to catch up with you because through running a podcast, I met so many nice people. So yeah, it's great.
Oh, thank you. So
All
keep
right.
doing your thing, okay? And
Yeah,
know
man.
that we are supporting you, 100%.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Right. Signing out. Catch you later, peeps.
See you later. Bye.
Right.